The rivalry between the Canes and the Noles, once upon a time, barely noticed outside the state of Florida. But those battles in the 80s and the 90s put both programs on the national map, made both of them champions, and we are lucky to have another showdown between these two today. Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida. It's the Miami Hurricanes and the Florida State Seminoles. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Javi Rowe on the sideline.
Miami's head coach told me before the game he is so excited because this crowd has been one of their best assets all season. They make every game difficult. When a hard opponent comes in, the crowd rises to their best occasion, and he's been telling the students all week, we need you today. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. Hurricanes ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Running it to the right. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Motion from the back. He's going to change things up against this defensive look.
Booster, booster. Bubble, bubble. Level, level. Q, Q. Ready, go.
Second down, going to throw it. Out wide left, it's Robinson. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. And the Seminoles want to crank the tempo.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Fresh set of downs going up top. Look out! Makes the grab. Plows through the defense. Runs through a man. He might have space. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. And the Noles come to the line with a new set of downs. Give to the single back. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. These two have storied traditions in the history of the sport, but in the not-too-distant past, Miami actually considered giving up football, and Florida State was an afterthought.
Yeah, a lot of people forget back in the day when Miami was in the Big East, right? And Florida State was in the ACC. This was kind of an interconference battle every time they played, but no doubt, David, this game just holds so much more significance to both programs.
Both in the state of Florida. Florida State, Miami, the uniforms are so great, the lineage, the history of the players, so it does. It feels like this rivalry's been playing a lot longer than since 1951.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Sends it back in motion. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Dumps it off in the flats. They'll knock him down right at the 35-yard line. Still a lot of ground to cover to get to the first down marker. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Motion from the wide receiver.
Return. Slide. Square. Chip.
Snapped on fourth down. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. They make the stop and not before. He gets enough to convert on fourth down, and rolling the dice pays off. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
They'll leave it with the lone back. There he goes. They'll get him on the ground, but he takes it all the way down to the 10.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Early movement on the offense, and they'll push it back 5 yards. They'll take the penalty and move them back. That just drives you crazy as an offense to get down there, get that first and goal, and you got to back up and make it a little harder. They'll go to the air. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Can hold on in the face of the contact.
And this offense shows right away on first down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on second down and goal?
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Changing the routes with his receivers. Back to pass on second down. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down.
And this D's giving up a lot of yards, and it looks like a failed possession. But right here, they get a chance to save it. Nice job. They're forcing a passing third and goal situation here. Got to stay sticky to these wide receivers. One more down, and it would look like a really bad possession can turn into a field goal and a win for this defense.
They'll move the wide receiver. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Turning it on. The 50. That was not on the opening script of plays. The turnover as the defense makes a play early. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The give to the single back. Open space at the 25. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20.
And, David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big first down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct message to the opponent. We are going to be physical, and we're going to try to run this thing down your throat.
Yeah, and they got a chance to respond. And the crowd hopefully can get behind them and get back in it. The defense has got to do a better job. We got to stop the run. They got to tackle, get more hats to the football. This will be a challenge. They're going to run the football. They better be man enough to stop it.
A first down run on the doorstep. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on second.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Nowhere to run, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play uptight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Here's Mensah to throw. He stopped short of the goal line, couldn't find his way in, and it'll bring up 4th and goal. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Crowd so loud, full throat on 4th and goal. Pushes ahead, and he surges across the line. Touchdown, Miami! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Making the adjustment. Takes the handoff. It's Singleton. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, a lot of people in Florida State really excited about Quintravion Wisner coming in over from Texas to fit into this offense. Obviously, a very disappointing year last year, David. And with Wisner and his game-breaking ability with his speed, they're really expecting a lot of explosive plays from their transfer running back.
Man, and so much excitement last year when you started and you beat Alabama, and like everybody was pounding their chest, and then everything's really changed since that point. Norvell back calling plays. You know, he is obviously a guy that's under pressure, under fire, been talked about a lot. This could go a long way if they can have an explosive offense. Get that side of the ball taken care of again, a long way to having another turnaround season for Florida State.
Snap on first down, wants to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
And back to the air on second down. He lets it fly. Had the pick in his hands and couldn't hang on, and you just won't see that from him very often. It'll be third down.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
On third down, he drops to throw. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. The Noles will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets it out of the air for the first time today, and didn't see much of him in that loss a week ago. Called on just once. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Offense comes out ready to go to work. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard games just because of the body blow effect.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
And after that last completion netted a big fat 0, they're looking at 2nd and 10. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Swats it away.
Zone coverage that time, and the cornerback, a nice job with his eyes. He's watching the quarterback. He sees the ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it. He's able to break it up for an incompletion.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the dome. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's cut.
It's been a tale of 2 drives for this defense early on, right? They came out starting really slow, out a touchdown on the opening drive, but they're finally settling in here on this one. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. They did give up 1 first down, but really nice job there on that 3rd down pass defense, forcing the incompletion, now trying to set up a play.
Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. The running back has it. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Second and long here. He's looking to throw. Flips it out to the back. He's down right there, short gain on the grab. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. The snap sets up the throw. Going over the top. Grabs it inside the tag. Touchdown, Florida State. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
I was so excited for this game because I just knew it was going to be a back-and-forth battle, and that's what we've seen here. Great job by the quarterback. Good decision, reading the coverage, accurate throw. They get the extra point. This thing is all knotted up.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. The run inside. It's Pringle. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Defense in press coverage. Throwing, Mensah. Grabbed behind the line, it's Pringle. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Now we get a timeout taken by the Seminoles. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Hurricanes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll move the tight end. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Hauls it in. At the 45 on his way. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. The Canes will snap it on 1st and 10. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. So Miami signals for a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He is going nowhere as the defense is manhandling this running game. The Canes will go ahead and call that 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Mensah throws to the tight end. Soft spot in the middle. He'll be stopped just outside the 20 at the 21 in the waning moments here in the first half. Hits inside. It's Pringle. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here on 2nd down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And it's right down the boulevard. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And I like this offense. They didn't get conservative. They stayed aggressive to go try to get points, and they get rewarded, and they take the lead and the momentum going into the half.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll have just enough time to get 1 more snap before the half. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. And he's taken down after a short gain, and that'll do it for us here in the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. We begin with the Ole Miss Rebels taking on the number 13 team, the USC Trojans. And it's Ole Miss trying to close out what would be one of the toughest wins of the season. And that's a big statement considering this team is already 6-1. Let's see if they have what it takes. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. At the 35, he's got room. All by himself down the middle. He's at the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Canes!
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting it second and short, not a good job by this defense.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. The give to the left side. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Making the adjustment on the play. Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Good timing on the quick out. Across the 25, he's got room. And he's brought down after making the big catch, but not before he picks up more than 40. The Seminoles come to the line in the hurry up. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring.
Booster!
2nd down to the air. Move to his right. And he just held on to the football too long, and the defense rode him out of bounds and forced the loss.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal.
Here we go, ready. Sweep.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture.
Look. Level. Square. Here we go.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. They'll bring him down at the 15-yard line. He made some hay after picking off that pass. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, David. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards and good things are happening.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. They'll run the screen. Down he goes.
Well, the offense is trying to get a big-time playmaker the ball out in space quickly with the wide receiver screen, but the defense is having none of it.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the dirt. Here's Mensah to throw. He's taking the shot. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. And the Canes will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not a lot of room to field this one. They stop him immediately, flying down the field, and get to him before he can even get started. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. He's changing the play. Fresh setter down's going to the air. Throws for the tight end. He's got an open man. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. The Seminoles are in the hurry-up. Gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down.
Great job by the defense that time, getting the sack. But no time to celebrate. You got to line up right now because the offense is going tempo.
Sweep, sweep. Bubba, bubba. Q. Ready, go.
2nd down, gonna throw it. Throws to the wideout. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Hopefully that's not going to affect the quarterback's confidence going back to this guy later. That was a catch he should have made. He dropped it. Let's see what the QB does moving forward.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The Seminoles send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch will be made just inside his own 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9. This should be the last play of the quarter. Snap to the back. He's past the marker. There he goes to the right. Cross crosses midfield. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Hurricanes! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Quarterback changing the play. Drops back on first down. Escapes the pressure to his right. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
And unfortunately, man, another incompletion. This offense is just running out of time. Like, they've just not put it together, trailing. I know they're in passing situations, but this defense, they don't have to be aggressive. They can sit back. Offensively, you got to put the gas to the floor. Got to make something happen fast.
Second down, gonna throw it. Looking left. Makes the grab. It's Robinson. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat.
It's so hard to get to quarterbacks when they get the ball out of their hands this fast. Great job understanding what the defense is doing, right away assessing, hitting the corner route right off the jump.
Wants to throw on first. In traffic, it's Robinson. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. And the Seminoles headed quickly to the line.
Booster. Go.
Looking to throw again. Left side is Boggs. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. And the Seminoles are moving quickly down the field.
And you'd like to see the defense play a little bit tighter on those short yard situations. They give up the first down, and they better get ready.
Touchdown, Knowles! He got loose, and it was lights out after that. The defense just lost track of him. There's no other explanation. I've got to assume they knew he was in an eligible position.
Or it was just ridiculously good scheming on the offense, Reese. I mean, just an unbelievable job of getting your guy wide open.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. So that last touchdown made it a two-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one.
Late in football games, I have a plan. I want to run the football. I want to put my quarterback in great situations if I do throw it. Low risk, keep that clock moving, get a few first downs. And if I get a few first downs with that clock moving, I get the W and get out of here.
Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. Makes a catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. Stopped at the 44, the defense coming up with a big interception. comes the Florida State offense onto the field. So getting the ball back on that interception at least gives us a chance to have a finish in this one. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Oh, he's got some space.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. Burrowing for yardage. Maybe some room here. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
Well, it's a nice job handing off to him and getting the first down, but with the scoreboard looking how it does, you've got to throw the ball. You've got to go hurry up, you've got to get plays run quickly, and you've got to throw it down the field to get back in this game.
Fresh set of downs going up top. Fires it down the seam. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
And we talk to teams week after week, and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that one.
Booster. Sweep. Ready, go.
Back to pass on second down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And the defense loves being in this type of situation, right? You've got a big lead. It's in the fourth quarter. You know the opponent's going to be throwing the football, so you get your best pass rushers coming off the edge, using that speed, dipping and ripping, getting to the quarterback for another big play.
From the gun, running back on the move. They make the tackle, and it's short of the marker. It'll be fourth down.
And this is a no-brainer. It's fourth down. We're down multiple possessions. We got to make this happen. We got to get the first down. We can't be worried about the clock. Then we got to go fast, work the sidelines to the best of our advantage to save as much clock so we can get multiple scores.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Gets the back moving. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Stepping to the right. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
After being stopped there on fourth down, this game's pretty much over. They were going to have to go down in a 2-minute situation and put at least 7 up on the board. They couldn't get it done. Things just haven't gone their way. It's been that type of day today. They're going to leave the stadium with a loss.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. With a minute 52 seconds left, the defense will use the timeout trying to get the football back.
I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Big third down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on third down.
Got the first down. Wide open on the right. 10. Touchdown, Miami. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth.
Miami, 31, Florida State, 14.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line.